So greetings from the hybrid, virtual, and yes, physical Myers-Lawson School of Construction. Graduates, families, and friends, on behalf of the faculty, staff, industry board, we welcome you for a spring 2021 Hardhatting celebration. While the COVID pandemic has certainly tested our resilience and agility, we are able to celebrate today because, let me be clear, because of the resilience and the agility of our faculty, our staff, our students, and all of you who have supported our students and us. So thank you, thank you, thank you for your flexibility and for your resilience over the past year. Very much noticed and very much appreciated. Now, due to university policy, this event must be virtual again. But hopefully graduate students took advantage of today's ceremony at the stadium, outdoors, and the rest of you will take advantage of the College of Engineering ceremonies. There will be 3, and the College of Architecture and Urban Studies ceremony later this week. I know Dr. Reichard, who you'll be meeting in a minute, will be on stage to congratulate the building construction graduates, and I will be on stage at the 1 p.m. engineering ceremony. Both of these are on Thursday to congratulate the CEM students who choose to attend that ceremony. So we're looking very much forward to meeting the students and the families face to face. So why do we have a hard-hatting ceremony here at the School of Construction? The Myers-Lawson School of Construction uniquely brings together students pursuing undergraduate degrees in building construction, undergraduate degrees in construction engineering and management, graduate degrees in building construction, and graduate degrees in civil engineering. So simply put, these students and their faculty are all part of the MLSOC, which is our acronym for Myers-Lawson School of Construction family, yet the students graduate in separate ceremonies. Imagine having Thanksgiving dinner and everybody goes to a different home. This is our opportunity for our family to join your family and recognize each and every graduate together. So what I'd like to do is introduce some of the other leaders of the school to share their greetings with you. And first and foremost, Dr. Georg Reichart, who's the relatively new, although I feel like he's quite experienced to this point, head of the Department of Building Construction. So, Georg, let me turn the microphone over to you for some greetings.
So while we are all vaccinated, we try to keep our distance. And for the matter of better pronunciation and challenge with my accent anyway, I think I speak here better without mask. So students, parents, and colleagues, we're really excited that you're here with us today. And, or at least as we say, synchronous online now, as the university makes us phrase that. This is one of our most exciting days for us as educators, not only for you, as you definitely celebrate this milestone, and we send you off here to apply the things that you learned, hopefully learned, in our industry. And it's quite impressive when I look back at how you came into the Hokis family, taking your first laps around Bishop Faber Hall, checking in with advisors, and exploring BC classes and the diversity of instructors you had to adjust to. And again, not to mention the strange accents of some of us. So those who had my systems class may remember Settler Joe. Settler Joe would be jealous, but also proud of you. and the opportunities that you explored in our school, in the Build Lab, in the student competitions, or in service learning projects, or maybe in any other clubs we even don't know. And parents at home, I can personally relate to you and how it feels to have your child reaching this milestone. Just last year, I had my oldest graduating and taking a leap into the real world, as we often call it. And I'd like to thank you and applaud you for the support you provided your children, our students, and that you shared them with us for 4, maybe even 5 years, the better. You may have been empty nesters 4 years ago, and we as faculty, we become empty nesters once again, every time we graduate and celebrate. And graduates, when I look at you now, finishing your degrees, and it gives me great comfort knowing that there is hope for my 2 teenagers that I still have at home, and that one day they may also grow up and move out. So as you go out now into the industry, and I'm sure you will do great things, please, if I may ask you a favor here, as a Hokie parent, don't forget to write back home and share the great things you do. Stay in touch with today's social media and opportunities. They shouldn't be that complicated and fairly easy. And I'd hope that you all come back and we can meet in person. BC, MLSSC, VT, Blacksburg will always be a second home to you.
Thank you, Georg, for those inspiring and welcoming remarks. And now we turn to Ashley Johnson, who is the relatively new chair of our Construction Engineering and Management undergraduate program. And maybe at this point, I will say one of the unique aspects of our school is we have an undergraduate degree program that's under one college, building construction, and we have another undergraduate degree program, Construction Engineering and Management, under the College of Engineering, and that makes us quite unique nationally. So with that, Ashley, if you would like to share a few words. She too is in the building, but in the interest of social distancing, she is in her office. Ashley?
Thank you, Brian. I just want to start by saying welcome to all of the families and students, and how much of a pleasure it has been to get to know you all over the past 3 or 4 years. Most of the engineering students come to me as sophomores and leave as seniors, and it has been an incredible opportunity to get to know you and watch you all grow and develop as professionals and as students, and that we will really, really miss you all. And it is a bit bittersweet that I haven't had the opportunity to teach you all in person in this past year, but I will truly miss your faces around Bishop Favreau Hall, and you always are welcome back and have a home here at the Myers-Lawson School of Construction. So thank you.
Oh, that's a good place to be, Georg. You need to learn how to mute me permanently. Anyway, next on the list, the school is quite unique. We have graduate programs that also transcend multiple colleges. Unfortunately, the coordinator of what's called the Vicelio Construction Engineering and Management program in Civil and Environmental Engineering could not be with us tonight. It is his son's, one of his son's milestone birthdays, so we gave him an excuse not to join us. But Josh Ioria, who wears multiple hats, including assistant director for the school, is the graduate coordinator. And in that role, he coordinates the graduate programs across these different colleges. So with that, I'm looking very much forward to some words of wisdom from Josh. And I'm also looking forward to see whether the hat actually stays on his head. Josh?
This is one of my many hats. I wear a lot of ball caps, but I also wear this hat from time to time. These days are always really bittersweet for me. When you look backwards, time moves really quickly. In the middle of COVID, I think a lot of us felt that time was really creeping. And to a certain extent, it still creeps. But now that we're here at graduation and we look back, I can really remember very clearly the day when I met many of you, and now you're already on your way to the next phase of your life. It really flies by. It keeps my life moving very quickly. And I know that this hasn't exactly been the graduate school experience that y'all signed up for. For the PhD students, many of you had to do some really creative adaptations for your research because COVID impacted your ability to collect data, to get out into the field, to study what you had planned, but you did it. For the MS students, some of y'all came halfway across the world, literally, to study at Virginia Tech, only to find yourselves sitting in a white-walled apartment, taking classes virtually for a year. It was really challenging in a lot of different ways for each one of you. Everybody had a challenge. But the other thing that y'all have in common is that you all succeeded in the faces of those challenges. So I hope that you go forward facing the challenges that you'll find, you're bound to have them in your future, with the same strength, determination, and resolve that you showed during graduate school. You all are resilient, you're adaptable, and these were the keys to your success while you were here. And I really do believe that these same keys will serve to open many doors in your future. When you're faced with new challenges, when you feel down, remember what you were actually able to do here. And don't discount how impressive that really was. So congratulations, best of luck. And I really do hope that y'all keep in touch.
Thank you, Josh. It is true that through COVID, the faculty had an opportunity to truly get to know at a personal level the undergraduates as well as the graduate students. So it's been a learning and a really important process for all of us. Now, one difference between hard-hatting ceremonies and commencement ceremonies, and technically this is an event, not a ceremony. So if anybody asks to follow university policy, this is an event. But one of the big differences is you won't hear hour-long speeches. So we're done with our speeches. So it's now time to recognize each and every graduate, something else you might not experience at the big commencement ceremonies. The school has been growing for many years due to industry demand, so as we recognize each graduate, there are many to recognize. And we will continue to grow to meet industry's demand. So first, a little bit of housekeeping to help this go smoothly. We would ask that apart from the readers of the names, that everybody else turn off your mics and your videos until the end of the reading of the names, at which point we will celebrate, guaranteed. The readers of the names will be Ann Lee, who is the advisor to the construction, engineering, and management undergraduate students, Gary Kinder, who is the senior advisor to building construction students, and Josh Iorio, who you just met. We encourage you, as you visualize each student, look a bit about their backgrounds and so on, we encourage you to note the variety of organizations and roles and associated challenges our students will soon experience. I should mention that most of our students receive multiple job offers, and so if you don't see a particular job mentioned on a particular slide for a particular student, it may very well mean they're steeped in negotiations, and that's why you don't have a job listed at this point. And also take note of any special honors or awards students have received, especially since, because of COVID, we have not been allowed to have our normal face-to-face award ceremony. So do take note of the special recognition so many of our students have had. So we've done our best to capture information provided by the graduates, and our readers, I promise you, will do their very best with pronunciations. So with that, let's meet the very best construction students, the future leaders of the industry on planet Earth.
Yazan Al-Ahmad.
Michael Allen. Benjamin Anderson. Caleb Autry. Michael Barker.
Andrew Barnes.
Landon Bell.
Aishwarya Putkar.
Andrew Bowers.
Zach Boykin.
Sydney Buck.
Jonathan Burbach. Tyler Canaday. Mason Carter. Melina Castaldo.
Emily Causey.
Landley's graduation thing.
Thomas Kavanaugh.
So is this the like graduation? Yeah.
Enzo Chavez.
How many people are in this? I don't know.
Sagar Chinapala. Brian Chung.
Sydney Cole. Alec Cordova. Emily Cordova.
Nikki Criscuolo.
Ryan Cunningham.
Nathan Curl.
Charles Chas DeAngelis. John D. Nicola. Ryan Devaney.
Cole Dillman. Kylan Donegan.
Anna Doyle. Alexander Dunn.
Ajay Ashok Dwivedi. Fatima Ibrahim.
Lida Elmore.
Ahmed Al-Shazli. Michaela Flickinger.
Bryce Fortner.
Anthony Frum. Robert Gagne.
Brennan Garrison. Ai Gebede. Dwayne G. Jr. Robert R.D. Godsey IV. Robert Gonzalez. Jacob Goodman. Jason Goodrick. Kyle Gordon.
Michael Green.
Elias Heath. Nefertari Heath.
Martin Herman.
William Hearn.
Kenneth Hudson.
Austin Hughes.
James Hunter.
Kristen Ipock.
Joseph James. William Jefferson.
Kiaja KJ Jefferson.
Chengwei G.
Dylan Jang. Sean Johnson. Benjamin Johnston. Desmond Jones. Tyler Julian.
Dylan Canapel.
Mahmoud Karmul.
Eugene Castleberg.
Matthew Keene. Jack Kidd.
Ryan King.
Anthony Cressline. Samuel Kruger.
Taylor Kulik. Taylor LaCroix.
Alonzo Lapitan. Justin Larkin. William Tolly Larson. Anthony Latanzi.
Logan Lavalette. Turner Lee. Andrew Long.
Everett Loving. Timothy Lyle. Christian Lysick.
Omkar Mahimkar.
Jake McCosey.
Arnaldo Martinez. Mark Mazza.
Here it is.
Zachary McCall.
Sahil Mehta.
Lindsay Mercier. Hayden Mick. Ricky Miller.
Christopher Mitchell.
Casey Moore.
Eric Moore.
Kira Moore.
Mackenzie Moore.
Sidesh Moore. I think there are no more Moores. Sorry, y'all.
Zachary Morgan.
Claire Morris.
Robert Morton. Brandon Mueller. Grant Murchison. Andrew Nguyen. Matthew Nikotopoulos. Brian Gus Norsworthy Jr.
Robert Nye.
Michael Olszewski. Morgan Euler. Nicholas Pace.
Elizabeth Polishek.
Benjamin Parker.
Yash Parmar.
Robert Patchett.
Shiravi Patel. Nalay Patel.
Mitchell Peck.
Graham Peterson.
Lindley Pearson.
Samuel Pooley. Elizabeth Powell. Jacob Pruitt. James Prietel. Yang Fengzhong Q.
Porva Raichura.
Preston Ramsey. Taylor Ray. Colin Reddington. Garrett Reese. Lydia Reynard.
Joseph Rezash.
Jackson Rifkin. Jillian Sabatas. Hannah Santos.
Chinmay Sepre.
Ryan Shard.
Elizabeth Carlisle Sheely.
Brett Shiflett.
James Sims.
Coleman Smith. Robert Smith.
Connor Smith.
Catherine Springsteen. Grant Squires.
Sarah Stubeck.
Arun Eshwar Suresh Kumar.
Spencer Swaim.
Daniel Zalecki.
Matthew Tasiello.
Megan Taylor. Evan Trebor.
Patrick Vaughn.
Gavin Vaught.
Thomas Vinter.
Nicholas Vicchio.
Jake Wagner.
Paige West.
Jennifer Willard. Luke Williamson.
Robert Witt.
Jacob Woody.
Armin Yegane.
Zachary Young.
Wow. Can everybody join me in any way you'd like to congratulate? What an impressive group of students. Really, really impressive. And before we take the party over to Sydney Buck's place, where apparently the drinks and the food are flowing. Did you hear me, Sydney? We're all coming over. Before we do that, I'd just like to give any of the faculty and staff an opportunity for a brief, not a 50-minute or an hour and 15-minute lecture, but a brief congratulations, words of wisdom, anything you'd like to share with the graduates. So faculty and staff, what's on your minds?
Well, before my voice completely gives out, let me do one quick one. So many of you all have heard me say this before. When people ask me if Jim and I have kids, I say wholeheartedly and very quickly, yes, I do. I have almost 500, and I love every one of you like that you are my own. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. Godspeed and best wishes. And for one final time, best Hokie regards.
Thank you, Gary.
DEM graduates, congratulations. I'm so proud of you. I've enjoyed working with you over these last few years. I wish you all the best, and I hope you all will stay in touch.
Thank you, Ann.
And I think I told some of you, especially those of you that came in at freshman, that I like to take your hands when you come in and shake your hand when you leave. And unfortunately, I can't shake your hand, but I am in spirit right now. Congratulations.
Thank you, Renee. Anyone else?
And I know I speak for everybody on our staff and faculty that we're just so excited to see what you're going to accomplish out in the industry, and we can't wait to see you when you come back. So please, please come back and see us and keep in touch. Congratulations.
Thank you, Andrew. Anybody else? Can't believe how time has flown. Neffy, you're graduating. I can't believe it. Seeing the names pop up. You just got here. You just got here. Let's just open up the mics, hear from parents, friends, whatever you'd like to say.
Yay! I don't know if we actually wanted you to unmute us, but it's Nate, Pearl, and Sydney, and we just want you to have a great time. We love everyone. Myers-Lawson School of Construction is the best.
Cheers!
Cheers to the governor!
That picture was full when you began. I've been watching.